Momoshiki could be sealed by Boruto with the Fuinjutsu of Kashin Koji. This is one of the many plausible possibilities for the fate of the otsutsuki, who literally carries the first part of the story with his prophecies. The disappearance of Momoshiki from the plot has left everyone curious, so today we will dig deep into this mystery to find some answers. The first theory that I believe could change everything that we know about the story is Momoshiki's constant attempts to tease Boruto that we couldn't see. What if he is trying to ridicule his vessel from the beginning of the time skip with continuous taunts and mocks? But just because Boruto is ignoring him, he hasn't appeared in the story yet. If that would be the case, then his time skip debut would most likely happen as a flashback of Boruto, remembering his attempts to let him down all this time. It's pretty surprising for the otsutsuki to remain quiet, even during the Shinju awakening. What if he was the one who told Boruto about the identity of these creatures on the spot, but Kishimoto kept it hidden from us for a surprise? He used to never shut his mouth in the first part of the story, therefore his silence in the time skip smells very fishy. It would be cool to see him demoralizing Boruto from the very first scene. The stoic nature of the young lord makes him immune from everything that Momoshiki throws at him. He seems to not care about his thoughts and feelings anymore, cause his main goal is to save the shinobi world and keep the monster at bay. But what if this suppression of his inner demon is not as simple as it seems? We know many predictions of the otsutsuki turned out to be true, while many have failed terribly. He was certain about taking over the identity of Boruto, but in the most unexpected turn of events, the moment he waited for so long disappointed his whole existence. Boruto refused to give up, leaving Momoshiki helpless inside his consciousness. This makes one thing clear, that he had no idea about how things were going to turn for him. So what if the same thing has happened again, with the monster becoming the victim of his own wishful thinking? He once said to Boruto that after the takeover, the unfortunate Uzumaki will dwell silently in a corner of his own consciousness. But by the looks of it, seems like Momoshiki unknowingly narrated his own fate while saying this to Boruto. Just because his only hope got shattered after omnipotence, he was reduced to a cell wall inside the mind of Boruto, who cannot do much but witness the events around him. This must have therefore granted Boruto the leverage to skillfully acquire all his powers and skill set, similar to how Momoshiki would have slowly mastered all the techniques of Boruto upon getting the master control of his body. The next reason for the absence of Momoshiki from the plot has something to do with the trait which is apparently indulged in the genes of every otsutsuki. It's the same trait which helped Ishiki revive itself thousands of years after betrayal. I'm talking about patience. Momoshiki is patiently waiting for the right moment to play the most unexpected card. It could be that Momoshiki has again foreseen a future with his foresight power, which is guaranteed to make Boruto lose his mind. It might be something as horrific as the destruction of his village, or maybe the death of all his loved ones. As I said earlier, otsutsukis are very patient species, and they can wait for centuries to fulfill their plans. It seems like Momoshiki is awaiting the right time, the moment that will make Boruto accept he has actually lost everything. And when that day shall come, he will hijack his identity forever. But as we know how plot armor works in the story, even if something like that happens, Boruto might actually gain his body back. An explanation to this that I believe makes a lot of sense can be found in the statement of Boruto from chapter 80. He says after switching places with Kawaki, he can feel the anxiety and harsh feelings that his counterpart had to go through every day. Even though the change was made to the perception of people on both of them, the placebo effect still made him feel this way, which further motivated him to fix everything between him and Kawaki. Now when it comes to Momoshiki, we haven't seen him take the control of Boruto's body for a long period of time. So chances are if he ever takes the permanent control, which was his original life goal, he might start to connect with Boruto better and will ultimately join hands with him. In this way, the redemption of Momoshiki would be completely different than the tale of Naruto and Kurama, the event that he craves the most will turn out to be a turning point in his life. From that point onwards, he might start narrating his life tales and otsutsuki stories to Boruto, which would reveal a lot of new lore to us. Another possible reason for Momoshiki to not show up could be because his only chance to hijack Boruto has been stolen. He saw the incident of omnipotence with his foresight power, but never could he imagine those who are immune to the divine spell can change the destiny of his vessel. In this case, Sarada and Sumire saved the original fate of Boruto from kicking in, where where Kawaki would have killed him with Kama Stage 2. It might be the awakening of permanent Momoshiki and the official end of Boruto Uzumaki. But with the coordination of omnipotence immunes, he was able to dodge a bullet. This means, contrary to Momoshiki's original knowledge, destiny is indeed escapable, and these realizations must have cornered him deep inside the conscience of his vessel, an eternal silence in the name of shame and disappointment. Well, if that is the case, could it be the reason for Kawaki to change his plans of killing Boruto? Well, before moving on to more exciting theories, please hit the subscribe button for more amazing Boruto content. The main reason behind Kawaki's hate for Boruto stems from the curse of Momoshiki, whose awakening could threaten the life of Naruto. He was so concerned about the 7th that he sealed him in another dimension, and this weird obsession is what motivates him to kill Boruto. Even though some personal feelings of jealousy were also involved, we can't deny the fact that it was Momoshiki who drove Kawaki so far. But the fate of the monster becomes more confusing and obvious at the same time from the events of the flash forward. Kawaki wants to seal Boruto instead of killing him, and unless Naruto was somehow killed by his hands, it's pretty clear that his plans have been changed. He no longer wants to kill Boruto, which only indicates one thing: Momoshiki has been dealt with in some way. The threat of Boruto losing control is long gone, but how exactly was this possible? Well, I think this was already foreshadowed with the prophecies of Momoshiki. He envisioned a future without himself. That's why he started to think that he will take over Boruto after omnipotence. This means something definitely happened to him, which took him out of the picture. The first possibility talks about the type of sealing jutsu that Kashin Koji might have taught Boruto to extract the soul of his inner demon. The prowess of the Uzumaki lineage must have made it efficient for Boruto in sealing Momoshiki. The Uzumakis are experts in Fuinjutsu, and the same fate is now bestowed upon Boruto. So it makes sense for him to somehow get his inner demon confined or extracted. Now, whether it would be a brand new jutsu from someone like Kashin Koji or an enhancement of an already existing jutsu like the Reaper Death Seal is a question that only time can answer. Apart from the possibility of getting sealed away, chances are Boruto is preventing the arrival of Momoshiki by avoiding the use of Kama. He wants to fix the situation the shinobi way, and relying on the Kama will be against his morals. Even though he has gotten a lot more powerful, without the amplification of the Kama, he can still use it to enhance his abilities, and will eventually use it during the events of the flash forward. But the reason for him to not use the seal could be the possibility of Momoshiki's awakening. Last time when Boruto used the Kama to fight Kawaki, the monster took him over to help Kawaki escape, indirectly leading to the omnipotence incident. This moment must have taught Boruto to never trust his Kama powers, cause they risk the emergence of Momoshiki. So could it be that the monster's relevance is solely dependent on how much Boruto relies on the Kama? This means the less the seal is used, the more suppression will be caused to the soul of Momoshiki. It actually makes sense, cause if Boruto stops energizing the Kama seal for an elongated period of time, it should affect the essence of Momoshiki which dwells inside of him. A perfect example to explain this would be after years of not swimming, a person may have forgotten the proper technique, but one session in the pool can quickly bring back their ability to swim skillfully. Similarly, it would only take one Kama awakening for Boruto to regain his vulnerability to Momoshiki. This explains why he keeps on enhancing his normal powers without seeking help from the otsutsuki seal. And fortunately, he didn't find himself in such a situation where the Kama was the only resort. Not until the flash forward at least, when he can be seen using the Kama along with the iconic Jogen. So is Kawaki really such a bad news in the future that Boruto couldn't handle him in base? Was it actually necessary to risk his consciousness by using the Kama seal, or is the threat of Momoshiki officially gone? Well, judging by all the connections that we discussed in this video, it seems like Momoshiki is actually gone for the good. However, if it's not like that, then I think a small fumble from Boruto's side can open a door for Momoshiki's arrival. Assuming what his master plan is, it makes perfect sense for him to never interrupt Boruto and let him become as powerful as he can. In this way, he's smartly getting more stronger without even trying, by letting his vessel do all the hard work and learn forbidden techniques. So the possibility of everyone's worst fear of Momoshiki taking the identity of Boruto and making him do the villainous things is not out of question. However, to stop Boruto from becoming an anti-hero, the plot element of Jogen was introduced. I think it acts like an amulet against the curse of Momoshiki when the Kama gets activated. Boruto's awakening of this power will remain a mystery for some time, but a bigger mystery lies with Kawaki and how he has gotten so powerful in the flash forward. Well, there are a few explanations which explain the brain-teasing plot twist. The first possibility points at an alliance between him and Shinju's. The strong hatred that he shares for Otsutsukis could motivate the god trees to take him under their wing. The second possibility involves Amado and his amplification of the Kama Karma seed, which could grant him an enormous power-up. And finally, he might have figured out a way, possibly with the help of code, to absorb these Shinjus. The claw marks have made them absorption proof, but if they somehow get diffused from their bodies, chances are Kawaki would be able to absorb them, making him surpass the power levels of Boruto in the blink of an eye. It could also be that he hasn't reached his true Karma potential, and only some hard training can make him unlock his ultimate power. This scene of Kawaki getting tossed into the water tank also symbolizes the same. It's a throwback to Kid Sasuke looking at the hole in a water tank made by Naruto's Rasengan being bigger than the one that he created. This moment turned the leaf for Sasuke, and he decided to train exceptionally to get more stronger. Let me know in the comments if you want a full video on these possibilities. Also check out these videos for more amazing stuff. I will see you next time.